Good morning. Good morning. It is Monday, January 16th, and this is your wake-up call. I'm Keyshawn Graves, and I am so excited because this is the first time that we have not one, we have three incredible coaches for you to hear from today. And for a little cherry on top, we have the Vice President of Coach Development on to interview them. Whew, if you are not as excited as I am, what are you waiting for? Is this not a wake-up call, or is this a wake-up call? Tag your people, let them know that we are getting started here shortly. And it is a holiday. We are celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day here in the office. So our office is closed. Darren is out. So I'm going to be doing our recognition. So let's take it away. We have a few coaches to recognize. We have actually three new diamonds. They are Amanda Kisak, Haley Johnson, and Jen Navarra. If you know those coaches, please make sure that you drop some love in the comments. We are so excited for them and for their coaches, their teams, and for what this represents, the way that you guys are coming together to impact people's lives. And that's what we're doing, right? All right, I have just a few announcements, actually two announcements. The first is all about Sure Thing. If you have been living somewhere under a rock, we are in the middle of our Sure Thing launch with Megan Davies, and Megan has opened up a coach exclusive BOD group. So if you have not joined, it's not too late for you to join it and for you to invite your coach friends to join it with you. That is your opportunity to go through the program, or at least start going through the program with Megan, learning some things that you can take to your Sure Thing groups that you will start in the future. So make sure you join it if you have not already. The second announcement that I have is all about our Success Club Executive Kickoff promotion. We are halfway through January. That means that we are halfway through this promotion, and all of the information can be found in FAQ 7493. But this is one of those opportunities where we're already going to be helping people. We already have this goal to really build and create this momentum that will carry us through the end of the year. Well, with that, there are new ways to earn Success Club points. There are new ways for you to make sure that you're focusing on building a well-rounded business and focusing on all the areas that encompass what that means to build a well-rounded business. And one of those is by focusing on Success Club. So with our January Success Club promotion, it's also putting in the running for double trip dollars. It's also putting in the running for some of our incredible new Success Club monthly prizes for our annual incentive. Listen, focus on helping people this month, and the byproduct are all these things. That's it. Those are the announcements that I have for you. Now, on to what I know you're here for. So let me back it up for you really quick. So I was having this conversation with Doug Moss, who is our Vice President of Coach Development. And our Coach Development team is a team of business mentors here to help you identify your goals, here to help you identify the strategy, here to help you evolve in your leadership, and here to help you create more productive teams. So we're having this conversation with Doug Moss, who runs this incredible team here to help you achieve your goals. And we were like, well, why don't we have a panel with coaches who started at different times? So these three coaches have different tenures in this business, who are all equally incredible, who say something a little different, but all really kind of the foundation is the same. And so I'm very, very excited to welcome to the call our Vice President of Coach Development, Mr. Doug Moss.
Woohoo!
We also have, she is a 2023 elite coach, a two-time premier coach from Denver, Colorado, Kylie Appel.
Good morning. So excited to be here.
Representing the Canucks from Ontario, Canada. She is a 2023 elite coach, a three-time elite coach, 6-star diamond coach, and a beautiful mom of two boys, Carly Fiore. And I hope I pronounced that last name.
You pronounced it perfectly with the little Italian flair there. Good morning.
Good morning. And last but certainly not least, we also have from Mount Pleasant. She is a two-time top 10 elite coach. She's a 6-star a superstar diamond coach, a 6-time elite coach, and she is currently ranked number 4 in the company as our 2023 top 10. Please help me welcome Erin Hopkins to the call.
Hi, guys.
All right, y'all, I am actually going to back away. One of the things that I enjoy doing the most to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Day is our community service. So I'm about to go plant some trees. I'm going to be listening in my ear to this call, but I'm going to step out and let Doug, you take it away, and have a fantastic week. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Thank you, Keyshawn. Hey, well, I'm stoked to be here. I have never been on the National Wake Up Call. So this is a flagship moment for me, and I'm stoked to be here and with these 3 lovely ladies that we're going to talk about some things to help you build your business. And, you know, what I wanted to do is just kind of dive in and just talk about, you know, what do you do? How does a new coach get started? What are the things they should be focused on? And so that's where we're going to go today. We've got a bunch of questions. We've got a bunch of time. And so we're going to go ahead and jump in. Let's start with, let's each of you, let's go around and talk about just quickly how you got started and why. And I think we're going to start with Carly.
So, well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm super nervous. So I started December of 2018. To be honest, my best friend made me start this business with her. She was like, I know you're going to get back your postpartum fitness. And I think it's really important that if you could inspire one other woman to do the same, that you should do that. And I was like, no, I'm not really interested, but we have this thing where I have to do what she says. So I signed up. And as soon as I was immersed in this incredible community, I just felt the fire. And I was like, you know what? This is everything. So I've been doing this since December 2018, and I plan on doing it for the rest of my life. That's why I'm here. I want to help women change their lives.
Awesome. Kylie.
Okay, so I always say that I had no business starting another business when I started coaching exactly 7 years ago in January. And like many coaches, my sign-up date and my start date were different dates, because I 100% signed up for the discount on Shakeology. I am a clean eating freak. I had tried other shakes and I was so impressed with the Shakeology label. I wanted it, but I couldn't afford it. So I signed up for the discount. So I really didn't start coaching at that time. I also did not think home workouts were for me at all. One of my many jobs at the time was a fitness instructor, and I'll be honest, I kind of turned down my nose at home workouts. I didn't think they were any good, and I definitely thought I was too distracted at home to do home workouts. But I was frustrated with the amount of time I was spending in the gym, just feeling like I wasn't getting the results that I expected for all that time spent. So I decided to give it a try. I remember standing at the top of my basement stairs, looking down and saying, okay, 30 minutes. I can do 30 minutes. And I went and pushed play on 21 Day Fix. I kept doing that and repeating the pattern every day. And at the end of 21 days, I was blown away at my results and how efficient the workouts were and how consistent I got just from following a program and pushing play. At the time, I was a full-time fundraising consultant working over 60 hours a week. I was a part-time fitness instructor, had 2 little kids, a husband that worked and traveled all the time, no family to help us at all. I had 0 time, but I found like the tiniest pockets, and I would work on my business from my car. I would visit schools. I would get back in my car. I would message people or do a post or follow up in like these little teeny segments of time. And I just found that that outlet for me was something I didn't even realize I needed. I had stressful jobs, being a mom of little kids, and this was just such a great place for me to lean in and have something for myself. When my fundraising job and fitness job, instruction job was just not working for me or my family, I knew I needed to make a change. I thought, what if I could make coaching work for me. And so I went to Summit in 2017, and that just opened my eyes to what is possible. And I thought, what if? I worked really hard toward that vision. And eventually, after a year and a half, I left my 2 jobs. Insert income disclaimer. Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the coach opportunity. Every coach's income depends on their own efforts, diligence, and skill. But this has been the biggest blessing for me, for my family. It just made me the most confident person I've ever been. And the community of women and men supporting and empowering each other in just creating the lives we love has been everything for me.
Awesome. Erin.
Hi. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to be here, guys. Okay. I started this business 6 years ago in 2016. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I had 3 little girls under 3. So there's twins in there. The math is not working out for you. So I had a set of identical twins. And then very shortly after that, we had another little baby girl. And to be honest, that was my dream. I wanted a family, and I wanted to be able to stay home with them, and I didn't want to miss a moment. And I got hit smack in the face with an extreme case of postpartum anxiety and depression. And there was so much shame around that, like these beautiful little girls and everything I ever dreamed of, and the opportunity to stay home with them. And I was miserable, and I was trapped in my life, and I was paralyzed. I was paralyzed with anxiety. And I couldn't get out of bed. And my family was going through a job transition for my husband that left us in kind of a rocky financial situation, a temporary rocky, while he was building a business. And things were just kind of all falling apart in all aspects of my life. And I was watching this acquaintance named Moira Saba. You might have heard of her. She lives in my town, and she was a fitness instructor, and I just kind of knew who she was. And I was watching her do this thing online. And I was like, oh my God, is she doing that thing? Like, oh, here we go. But I was watching her build this amazing life, and I was watching her find her happy, and I was watching her create this amazing community of women when I was in the loneliest, worst mental health stage of my life. And I watched her get in the best shape of her life with 30-minute workouts, which I actually thought she was lying about that. I was like, no way, she looks like that with 30-minute workouts. And I watched her be a super present mom, but I also watched her be a freaking boss. And so I watched for 7 months. I said no for 7 months. And one night I reached out to her, and I was just like, listen, nobody knows what's going on in my life. Nobody knows how bad everything is for us right now, but I need help. Don't tell anyone, but I need help. And so I joined her boot camp. I started with 21-day fix and portion fix. And as somebody who has a lifelong battle with emotional eating and body image problems, I immediately started to feel better. And I immediately started to feel like myself again. And on day 5, I messaged her, and I was like, I don't know what's happening, but like I'm starting to see that there's a light at the end of this for me, and of this anxiety and depression. And I want to share, but like, I can't share until I've lost the weight and I have this before and after picture. And so like, I can't be a coach yet, but one day I want to. And she very quickly made me realize that that was not a requirement, and that people truly just wanted to be on this journey with us. And so 6 years ago, I made a decision to go all in with this. 6 years ago, my entire life changed, and that's amazing because my little girls get the mom they deserve, and my husband got his wife back. But what is even better is being able to pay that gift forward and giving other little kids their mommies back, and other husbands their wives back.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. I got to tell you, it's incredible how each of your stories are so different, and yet there's all this commonality in it. And so anyway, we're going to jump into, now we're going to talk to coaches that are listening that are like, what do I do? You know, how do I grow this business? Right. And so we're going to jump into how to grow the business. And so let's start. Carly, we'll start back with you with what are your top 3 tips for expanding your network?
Okay, so I love this question. I think that my top 3 tips for expanding your network network would be social on social media. It's called social media for a reason. Get out there and share your story. People are interested, like Erin just said, in the journey. You don't need to have an after picture to start coaching. You don't need an after picture or all of this, difference in your photos in order to inspire people. People are inspired by your story as is, and they want to be on the journey with you. Nobody wants a perfectly curated Instagram. They want to see the real, and they want to see the vulnerability, and they want to see that you're just a regular person like they are. So be social on social media. Reach out to people that are around you. We were having this conversation before, and it was, I talk about body all day long because I love everything that it stands for. So when I see a woman at a pool, I talk to her about being a body coach. I tell her I'm a health and wellness coach, and I get to run my business online. And it's just a natural, organic conversation that happens after that. So definitely tell people what you're doing, not only just on social media, but in real life too. And number 3, in order to expand your network, I would definitely connect with people that, like, for example, my friends' friends. I would follow them on social media. I would have them, send them a really nice message. Hey, we have this person in common. I just wanted to let you know what I was doing. And if you had any interest in following me back or joining one of my boot camps or whatever, I would love to see you there. And those are my 3 top tips for expanding your network.
Awesome. Okay. Kylie, what do you do?
Yeah, so to kind of piggyback off of Carly, I think we have to remember to be in real life with people. And I think sometimes we get so fixated on Instagram or TikTok or whatever that we do forget about in-person connections. And I think people need that more than ever. So think about, like, I'm not in my own home right now. I'm up in the mountains, but when I'm at home, I literally go through my head and think of each of my neighbors and are they doing this with me? Are they, what are they doing for health, fitness, wellness, products? What do they like to do for fun? Would they use supplements? And you have to remember, our neighbors, our communities change all the time. So go back and revisit that. I have new neighbors in my neighborhood all the time. Make connections there. Go to events and be social with them in person. I also like to create events, in-person events and meetups. And again, I think people really crave that connection. And then it naturally comes up, what do you do for work? Or, we'll be talking about things that we enjoy doing. I'll have Energize with me, if I'm going hiking or something like that. And that's such a really, you make connections so fast that way, and there's so much trust immediately when it's in person. When it comes to social media, some things I love to do, one of my favorite things to do on Instagram is look through geotags, events, or travel. So I'm up in the mountains right now. So I will look for people that are skiing in the area that I ski or visiting the coffee shop that I visit. There's an immediate connection there. When I travel, my favorite thing to do is to find people who live in the places I'm traveling to. It's so fun and easy to make a connection with them, to talk about hey, I'm coming to Arizona and I'd love to know your favorite restaurants or places that, must-see places. I love connecting like that because it's just being a professional friend maker. It's just making more friends and learning more about people.
Awesome. Erin, what do you do to expand yours?
Same thing. I always say, I love that Kaylee just said that, because I always say I built my business in the preschool pickup line. Mm-hmm. Listen, you don't have to be some kind of social media expert, although that's part of our business and you need to show up. I think it's super important to just be excited about this. I built my business because I was on day 5 feeling amazing. And I went from this silently struggling mom, and I looked okay, there's other moms that are silently struggling. What if I can help them? So I literally would just text my high school besties and text my college besties and text my local mommy group and just kind of rounded up accountability partners. And yes, like over the last 6 years, have I had to expand my network and build my cold market and turn them into my warm market and find the friends of the friends and all the things. But I think that people, especially new coaches, think that that's where they should be right now. Where right in the beginning, I mean, I built in my warm market for years because those are the people that know me, trust me, love me, and care about my story and truly want to do this with me. You can be an influencer in your own circle before you're ever like an influencer on social media. So I think really focusing on that and taking the pressure off yourself. I mean, listen, y'all, I'm a top 10 coach. And I know that maybe you think that like, click my link to sign up. Like, I still have to invite people. Bad news, that doesn't end, right? So I think that you kind of see other people doing it a certain way and you think that that's how you need to start. But going back to how we all started, it was all personal connection and excitement and relatability and just sharing, right? Whatever that looks like for you and in all of the places. Sharing on social media, sharing with your friends and family, sharing with the person you rode an elevator up with at some random place, right? If you're so excited about this, you literally can't help but talk about it.
Love that. And I do think that it's interesting to listen to how you're, again, all of you're expanding your network. You're all doing it different, but the same. It's like you all have these strategies to help, meet new people, but it's like, you got to do it. So Erin, let's just jump in a little bit. So I'm a brand new coach. I'm starting to do this. Why am I doing it? Like talk me through how to make money just on the low end. What do I do to start building an income?
So I love this topic. Oh, good. The disclaimer's already there. They're like, oh, Erin's talking. Here's the disclaimer. I love this because when I came into this, we all start with this like passion project. Like, right? We're obsessed with this thing. We can't help but share. This is changing our lives. People are noticing, right? That's how it starts. And, there are the occasional people that come in to really like, I want to build a business. I'm ready to earn income. But most of the people come into this because they truly love it. And then they want to share. And that makes me so happy. That's how I came into it. And I'll never forget, like, the financial opportunity, although my family needed the financial opportunity, wasn't really on my radar. I was just trying to help myself. I was just trying to get better and feel better and be in community with women. And it was really all about me. But on day 5, that day 5 moment where I was like, I think I can help people with this. And I started sharing. And I'll never forget, I helped my first 3 people. And no one told me about direct deposit. And in the mail came a check that I opened and like held in my fingertips. And I had this moment where like, okay, I helped 3 people with the total solution pack and I made $200-ish. And I had this moment where I'm like, okay, like I can make money doing this thing that I love that helps people. And I remember thinking, I can help more people and then I can help make more money. And what if this is the ticket for my family? What if I can make a difference through helping people? And, as somebody who has a larger business, there are more than one way to earn in the compensation plan, right? But all that new coaches need to know and all that I needed to know in that moment was that the more people you help, the more money you make. Right? I wanted to help people. And then I figured out that would make my family money. And then I figured out that, oh my gosh, maybe it could pay for the groceries, or maybe it could end up paying I could put my kids in gymnastics without this like massive stress or whatever it is that you're looking for. But I looked at that check and I'm like, what else could it be? And then I figured out that if I helped 5 people, right? And I signed them up for the discount with a total solution pack, that I could make $450. And then if I doubled that, if I could help 10 people, I could double how much money that I could make. And I started to see that was in my control, that I could take my passion for helping people and I could change my family's financial situation, right? And then beyond that, I mean, I have full body chills thinking about it. That's amazing that I was able to change my family's financial situation. And obviously that grew over the years. And obviously I work hard and there's a lot that goes behind that, a lot of effort and diligence and all of the things. But there it is again. If I can pay that forward to other women, if I could give other women financial flexibility, time flexibility, right? And then they could decide, because we've seen what can happen with this business. We've seen coaches before us, lives completely transform. And so it gives you the opportunity to dream big. But back to the new coach, they only need to know that first part. They don't need to know about team cycle bonus, and they don't need to know about the Star Diamond bonus pool. Like, that is all learn as you go. What they need to know in the beginning is that the more people you help, the more money you can make. And then it's up to us to show them how to dream big and to show them what's possible later. Oh, yes. And I will share this income graphic in the, what is that page called? That Body Coach Basics, I think. What used to be the Beachbody Champions page. But this is kind of how we come up with the math. So every person you help with the total solution pack, I always help people with the annual body total solution pack. And I always give my promo code. You earn $70. So you can make $70 per person that you help. When you help 5 people, you get to make $350, and you sign them up that specific way for the discount with the total solution. And you can earn a $100 bonus for every 5 people that you help in a 5-week period. So $450, that's amazing, right? You can do that right out of the gate. And then if you help 10 people the same way, you can make $900. And so I just remember thinking to myself, I made this graphic with that moment in my head, that moment where I had that $200 check in my hand from helping 3 people. And I just remember thinking, what would $900 mean to my family, right? What would $900 mean to your family? And what if you could grow beyond that? What if you could keep going? So I think keeping it simple for new coaches, and if that was a lot, I'm sorry, I'm just a visual person and I like to expand a little bit more. The more people you help, the more money you make. But then what if you just kept going? What would be possible then?
I like it, because what happens is with coaches that are brand new, they think they need to know everything. And I think it's important that, it's like with your weight loss journey. It's like, oh, I got to get a transformation before I can post or before I can invite. Well, just like that, the compensation plan as a brand new coach, really the only way you get paid is through selling something and getting the commission on it, right? So for selling a $219 total solution pack, you get a $78 commission. And that's just the way it is. And if you sell 3 of those, it's $234. So it's a simple process to help a new coach get started. So if you're a new coach and you're going, wait, how do I make money? Man, you can make your first $200 by just helping 3 people. And then you can see how Aaron explained it. It actually does expand from there. But let's go into Carly. Let's talk about how you help your new coaches gain confidence in inviting and in just building this as a business.
Well, I think that this is a perfect question, segueing exactly what Aaron was just talking about, like simple wins, like winning right away. So how do you make that first $200? Well, Aaron just explained it to you, right? Breathing that belief into them that you don't have to know everything. Guys, I've been doing this for 4 years and I still don't know everything in this business. And if I waited to know everything in this business, I would have never gotten started. It's that, that messy movement forward and just making sure that you are sharing your story. And so when I'm talking to my brand new coaches, I tell them, I want you to do 3 things. I want you to know how to share a cart, because that is the tool you need to run this business. I tell them to send it to their friends, send it to their spouse, their mother, their father, their cousins, and just practice, right? Know the basic packages and send it and practice. Because when I first started this business, the first time someone asked me to share a cart with them, I almost passed out. I was like, I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, they're gonna forget about me. They're gonna not want to do this with me. And I literally panicked. So I always tell my new coaches, learn how to share a cart, right? Number 2, tell people what you're doing. Tell them what you're doing and why you're doing it. What is the reason you want to be a body coach? Why are you partnering with this company? Why is it important to you, right? And then number 3, I tell them, just start. Just start. Because at the end of the day, you're going to get those small little wins along the way. But if you do nothing, you're already failing. Because the number 1 thing people tell me is, I don't want to fail. I'm scared of failure. Right? And I tell them back, By not trying, you're already failing. You're doing the thing that you're scared of the most by not trying. So let's just try and see what happens, because failure is just a stepping stone to success. So let's fail all over the place together, right?
Love it. Love it. Okay. Kylie, how would you do that?
So I could not agree more with what Erin and Carly are saying in keeping it simple and learning as you go. I tell my team that all the time. This is a learn as you go job. If you wait to learn everything, you will never start. And we have changes all the time, not just in our company, but in social media. So we have to just roll up our sleeves. And like Carly said, just start. So I also like to remind people that everybody was a beginner. You've heard our 3 stories and how we all started, the fears that we faced and the challenges that we had, and know that we started, and every coach you see that's ahead of you just in time or practice has started exactly like you did. And so just start, practice, and remember that we actually have a saying on our team that we say, if she can do it, so can I. I just need to ask her how. And that's something that's always, to this day, 7 years in, has blown me away about the people that work for Body, is that we all help each other. The resources that we share with each other are just incredible. You just need to start. Remember that you can do it too. Look to others for proof and ask questions. Ask how. People will help you if you ask.
Okay. That's awesome. Erin, here's my question for you. You are a 2-time top 10 coach, currently the number 4 coach in the entire network, right? And Kylie just said, just start. So I want you to tell me, give us the silver bullet on what am I supposed to do to start?
Well, I want to add one thing really fast, because I'm seeing some comments, and I know that this is not the question you asked me.
Yeah.
You're fine. And I will talk about what to do to just start. But I want to just say that I came into this business at the worst place of mental health ever. And I was full of fear of failure and insecurity and self-doubt and how could I ever, and what will people think? And oh my gosh, I'm doing this thing I never thought I would be doing. And this is super unconventional. And what are people saying? Right? And I feel like there's occasionally a unicorn that comes in that's like, I'm going to crush this business and I'm ready to go. But typically that's how new coaches come in, right? And all I know from my experience is that my coach believed in this, the programs, the products, the community, and the business opportunity before I did. But more than anything, she believed in me before I did. And so it's up to me to pay that forward. It's up to me to take a new coach and breathe belief into them and build that for them until they can believe in themselves, right? Because it is totally normal to be scared and nervous and oh my gosh, what will people think? And what if I can't? And all of the things. Like, it's actually weird to come in without some of that, right? Like if you came in ready to crush this business, you are a unicorn, let's freaking go. That's awesome. But the other is normal. And I think that that's my job to lead the way and to show them how to do it. And I tell them to do exactly what I did. Reach out to your inner circle, your sphere of influence, right? You're excited. I have built this entire business on being relatable and excited, right? Those are my superpowers. And so if I can just share with them, like, this isn't hard. You got to get excited about whatever you're doing, and you're going to bring them on board just the way I used to run all the like 5Ks, mud run, triathlon, sprint triathlon. I used to do all that. I'd never signed up for one of those things by myself. I have always roped somebody in to do that, doing them with me. I didn't used to go to spin classes by myself. I would rope a friend in to do this with me or force my husband to go, right? Like, we're the same thing here. We're just rounding up accountability partners and getting excited. And when people get in their heads about like, well, I can't coach yet because I'm not this or that, like, take the word coach off the table, right? You're just helping people with this thing that you're obsessed with and that you love and that's helping you. And so I think by kind of taking the pressure off, and, I'll give them a script to send to their friends and family, because listen, I don't want people to use scripts, but if I can give you the words and you can hopefully make it your own and make it sound like you, and stop the overthinking and stop the overwhelm and give you something to send to someone until you have the confidence to do it yourself, then I'm building the belief. I'm building the confidence. And that's what I want to do as a leader. And that's what I want to pay forward.
Love it. Love it. So the activities that you tell them to do are what exactly?
Go reach out to your inner circle. Find the 30 people, whether you're on your Facebook friends list or literally, like, who do you text all day? I mean, I'm in like 18 group chats that go off all day. Like, those people are the people that I talk to all the time. If you go into an office, those are the people you spend your most time with. I spend a lot of time with my neighbors. They would be on my list. Who are you eating your meals with? Who's going to hold you accountable? Who's going to make this journey more fun? That's what this is all about, especially in the beginning. So finding your 30 people and then me giving them that script or helping them like start that conversation, because that's what they're nervous about. But if I can just get them inviting to this thing that they're loving, then that's all they need to do in the beginning.
Cool. All right, let's do a couple of rapid fire questions, because I think these are interesting and they're always good to kind of hear what you're doing. So let's start with Carly. What personal development are you reading now, and what's your favorite?
I am reading Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. It's a little bit of a tough one to get through, but I'm expanding my mind into the supernatural over here. If I had to recommend a personal development book, it would be The Gift by Dr. Edith Eger. It is taking the victim mentality out of your brain and making things happen for your life, even when you don't think that it is possible. If you want to read a book that will change your life, that is the one. It is called The Gift by Dr. Edith Eger.
Cool. Kylie.
Right now, I am reading Dare to Lead by Brené Brown. I'm a first-time elite coach this year, and one thing I've really leaned into is increasing my leadership skills. I knew the goals we wanted for our team, and I knew to get there, or I realized to get there, that I had to increase my skills as a leader. So this book has been great, but what really helped me kind of break through was High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard. His whole section on the ultimate influencer model really helped me up my game and be more confident as a leader. And one other favorite book of mine is There's No Plan B for Your A Game. That was a game changer for me a couple years ago.
Cool. Erin.
Of course, I have it right here. I'm reading the 12-week year right now. I'm reading it with my team, which is really fun because we are setting goals differently together. And so like being on the same page with this mindset shift is really awesome to do that with them. The book that changed the game for me is Get Over Your Damn Self. My coach gifted it to me in month 2 for Hitting Success Club, and I was offended. I was like, what is she trying to tell me? This book is called Get Over Your Damn Self. And in a low moment in my business where I just was like, this isn't going to work. I can't do this anymore. Month 3, everyone has that like month 3, like, oh my gosh, you have to make a decision in month 3. That's why like Success Starters is a thing. It was on my bedside table and I picked it up and I read it. And that was the day I made a decision to treat this like a business. And, my whole life changed. So Get Over Your Damn Self is a good one.
Perfect. Carly, what's your next group you're inviting to? Like how often do you start a group?
Okay, so I am a big believer in starting new groups. Every time I have a coach that has a group that is ongoing forever and ever and ever, I'm just like, no, we need new excitement. We need new people. So I have an ongoing group that I always keep with my OGs. And then I always have a new group starting every 60 days. In my opinion, 30 days is a little bit too short for my people. I like 60 because I like that commitment to the 60 days. I don't think, yes, we have the programs that are 30 days and they're amazing, So every 60 days, I have a new group starting, and I am inviting to a Sure Thing. I love that program. I was in the test group. Megan is incredible. And if you haven't done that program, you guys, get on it. It is so great. I got incredible results, and all my clients are getting incredible results. So Sure Thing every 60 days.
All right. Kylie.
Sure Thing all the way. I was in the test group as well. And that was such a game changer for me, just not in physical results, but really in confidence and power. And this whole concept of health esteem that we have, it really helped me get over the perfectionist mindset that tends to creep in for me. So we started a Sure Thing group right away, January 2nd, and we are starting another Sure Thing group February 6th with a prep. I like to do a prep week prior to that because it just kind of allows for this kind of soft enrollment, gets everybody set up and organized, and then we all start the program together. And there is nothing I love more than starting programs all together as a group. There's always so much energy and excitement and fire when we're all doing the same workouts, and we can be like, oh my gosh, like that was a hard one today, or I loved this one because of this. And like that, I've always loved starting groups with everybody at the same time. So I actually usually do monthly groups because to get people fired up, bring new people in, and have that excitement.
Awesome. Erin.
I'm the same. I love the like day one. Oh my gosh. Like I did day 2, week 1 of Sure Things today, and I'm shaking. Like my arms are shaking. That was insane. And so I love that camaraderie, and that is so good for the community. So my groups have a monthly focus, and actually more than just Sure Thing this month, we are reading our personal development, 10 minutes a day. We're getting outside every day. We're drinking water. So we have like additional habits that we're stacking on top of that. So I like to have different kind of focuses for each month. But with that being said, my groups are multi-program group. Like, yes, most of us are doing Sure Thing. If you're in there, you probably have FOMO and want to do Sure Thing. That's what everybody's doing. That's the focus of the month. But if you are sitting here and you want to do Let's Get Up every day for the rest of your life because that brings you joy, like do what brings you joy, right? But let's just hold each other accountable for fitness, nutrition, and of course the support. So, if somebody wants to sign up today and I'm on week 2 of Sure Thing, let's get you signed up and start on Monday. So still the opportunity to always be inviting and always be enrolling. But there is a focus and there is a start date too.
Awesome. I'm actually on week 2, day 1, but I got it. So Erin, here's the next question is, when you have the sliders and you're doing the push-up thing where she makes you slide them out, I'm always afraid I'm going to smash my face into the floor.
It is a real risk.
I believe it is too, because anyway, that's the struggle is real. All right, last question. Carly, we'll start with you. What is your approach to health esteem, or how has your health esteem been impacted since becoming a body coach?
Oh, goodness. This is a rapid fire question, right? So I'll be quick. My whole life, I grew up with eating disorders, body dysmorphia. I was very, very unkind to myself for, I would say, 3/4 of my life. It is because I am a body coach and I was introduced to 2B Mindset and Alana, and these programs in this community that I no longer punish myself with food. I no longer, punish myself with taking food away. I eat in joy. I move in joy, and I want to help other women understand that we are not an after picture. We are the joy in the journey. And I want the phrase health esteem, when he said it at leadership, I got chills down my whole entire body. And I was like, this is it. This is it. This is it. Health esteem. I want I want everyone to understand, especially the people that I help, that we are not an after picture. This is not something that we do for, 21 days and then we stop. This is a lifestyle, and we can nourish ourselves properly and move in joy and treat our bodies and our minds with kindness and help other people do the same. So everything's changed for me in my health esteem since becoming a body coach.
Awesome. Kylie.
Same as Carly, when I heard Carl talk about health esteem at leadership, it was like, finally, he put words to the belief I've developed as a body coach. And I mentioned my perfectionist mindset that I have done a lot of work to move through. I started with that perfectionist mindset and was always dieting and was trying to be a certain number on the scale and be smaller. And I have worked through that so much through our fitness programs, nutrition, this lifestyle-based approach. And I've come so far, and I love paying that forward and teaching other women how to ditch that perfection mindset. And really, I tell people all the time, I don't want you to go all in, because so often all in means all or nothing. And to me, health esteem really drives home this belief that our wellness happens year round and it's a lifelong process. And that is something that I have developed myself, and just am so passionate about teaching women, especially because they tend to have this kind of all or nothing mindset without even realizing it. Sure Thing absolutely drove this home for me more than anything else, just because I was in the test group and I messed up at the beginning. You know, I went into the test group thinking I'm going all in. Oh my gosh, this is my first test group. I have to do this like perfectly because this is such an awesome opportunity. And when I started, I did not do the first fit test. Somehow I missed it. And after the 4 weeks, I found the fit test and I was beating myself up that I didn't follow the program perfectly and do the first fit test. And then I had this realization and thought, wait a minute, Kylie, this is not what you teach. This is not our approach to health esteem. So what if we miss a workout? You know, yes, I would have liked that first fit test to see where I'm at, but I can't beat myself up. I've been showing up in my workouts. I've been doing it imperfectly, but perfectly for me. And I have to walk that walk. So I love this direction that we are going as a company with our trainers. You know, Lacey is bringing that in her program, and it is just something that I am on a mission to just like spread to the entire world, to have them understand and live life with health esteem.
Awesome. Erin.
Oh, I love everything they just said. Like, they just crushed it. And same on like a lot of that, you know, as somebody who, emotional eating, disordered eating, body image issues that started at an insanely young age for me. Carl used the word permanent dissatisfaction. And I had never heard that word before, but I certainly lived it, right? Like, you can't be happy until you're at this destination. And by the way, most of the time when you live like that, once you get to the destination, you're not happy, right? And so this idea of health esteem and loving the journey and it not looking a certain way or a size or a, you know, it's everything to me. And it's what I've worked through in my own journey with this company in the last 6 years. And so to have not only the words health esteem put to it, but to have the company come together and link arms in this movement away from permanent dissatisfaction into health esteem, and this movement into the new day one. You guys, you know how when people are like, oh, they got in early. We're in early. Like, this is the new day one. This is just the beginning. Again, I have full body chills. This is the opportunity, the business opportunity that we get to invite people into. We get to invite them into the health esteem movement. And I can't think of a better time and a better message. And, you know, it's incredible. The direction of this company and the business opportunity that we have in front of us, it's incredible. But what's most incredible to me as a mom of 3 little girls, that they get this version of me and they get me believing in things like health esteem and stopping this generational curse that happens. And so it means even more to me that I get to pay that mindset forward to them, because they deserve that. They deserve to be proud of themselves and love their lives and themselves exactly as they are. And so we get to share that and we get to pay that message forward. It's everything.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. What a great call. Erin, stop trying to make everyone cry. But I do appreciate you, and I appreciate Carly and Kylie. great call. I mean, really good content. Love the takeaways. I mean, I took notes. You know, I loved Pockets of Time, Summit Opened Your Eyes, Community, Be Social on Social, In-Person Connections, How to Make $200. Guys, there's so much we can do to help so many people. But as new coaches and as a brand new coach, guys, you just have to invite and you have to help somebody, and you got to start somewhere. So I tell you, that's the call today. We're so excited to be here. We love working with all you guys, and man, great things to come. And now let's finish this month and head into the rest of the year. So thank you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.